and I read the words of Bishop Mutendi. A new dawn for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe yapenya senyeredzi Africa. Ndiananga zviita kunze kwa Mwari. Africa will never be the same again. Zimbabwe will never be the same again. Gone are the days of wandering in the desert with the great Moses. It's new Zimbabwe, new Canaan, new Joshua, mandated by God and accepted by the people of Zimbabwe. We have not come to pray for the new Joshua alone. Thank you. It's a new Zimbabwe, a new Canaan, and you are mandated by God to lead us. The bishop congratulates you for the past in which you were exemplary, that even when you lost elections, you did not cry over spilled milk, but you accepted it. And this should be an example to others today, because you drew guidance from Philippians 3 verse 13 to forget what lies behind and to press on for what is before. And he says, the multitudes you see, Your Excellency, have come to read you Joshua 1 and verse 6 and to say to you, be strong and of a good courage, because you shall divide Canaan to the people of Zimbabwe. And the bishop asks you, be the president of peace. Be not just our commander-in-chief, but our commander in peace. These are the words of Bishop Mutendi. Let us clap our hands for that blessing to our president. As I also, Your Excellency, endorse the bishop's words and congratulate you together with all the people of Zimbabwe for the Lord's ordination of yourself to our leadership, I want to draw our attention to words from the Word of God, 1 Chronicles 12 verse 18. These words were spoken by a man called Amasai at a time when God was raising a man called David to be leader over the bitterly divided nation of Israel. Appreciating the interest of the nation as well as the overwhelming task before David, who had become the leader, Amasai said concerning David, thine or yours we are, O David, and on your side, son of Jesse. Peace be unto you, and peace be to your helpers, for your God helps you. One of Zimbabwe's earliest seers once prophetically exhorted that the coming president, ED, would need help, both in ascending to the leadership of the nation and in restoring it as the Joseph that he is. And so, our message as the church, and I believe the message for us all as a nation, and even a message to all you, his peers, leaders from the nations who have come to encourage him, and a message to all the nations of the community of nations, is simply that God is saying to us, it is time to help President E.D. Mnangagwa. It is time to receive him to welcome him and to honor him, and celebrating that God has taken us through troubled times and answered us by giving such a leader. It is time to stand with him and help him to rebuild the nation. It is in this spirit that today, as we dedicate His Excellency to the Lord, we must all from our hearts and coming deeds sincerely say to Emmerson Mnangagwa, we are yours and you are our president. Whether we voted for you or we did not vote for you, we now receive you as our president. Let us welcome him with a big hand clap in that spirit. Today, even the opposition should take heart from the fact that while for years they called for change, God has at last provided a leader who has been able to effect that change and bring peace and freedom in the land. And for this reason also, the opposition, we urge you from the churches to accept the vision of Emmerson Mnangagwa and help him build this nation. This is a message likewise which we give to his worthy competitor in the opposition, Nelson Chamisa, to say to you, please accept the hand of friendship that the president is offering, because when you do it, you will unite our nation. But if you do not do it, it will be like helping to burn our house down. Therefore we say, accept this hand of friendship and build the nation together with our president. To all the nations, especially of the international community, the powerful nations of the West, we also want to say, please help our president. This man has proved beyond doubt that he is a man of vision to restore our nation and build it. And instead of hindering him with continued sanctions, we say help him by removing these shackling sanctions from our nation. President Donald Trump, Prime Minister Theresa May, and other Western leaders, we are saying to you, just as you are working to make your nations great, in Zimbabwe we have at last found a man who can make our small nation a great nation. Please help him and accept him. He is Emmerson Mnangagwa. Let us all now bow our heads to pray, and let us dedicate our president and nation to the Almighty. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for your servant Emmerson Mnangagwa, whom we dedicate into your hands. Help him, Father, as we also dedicate ourselves to help and support him to build this nation. Unite this nation and give him the wisdom to walk the steps and be a father that will draw our people together. Bless the vision of the new dispensation and cause us to succeed and go forward as a nation. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, let us all say, Amen.
Tinotenda, right, Bishop Utaunashe, iko zvino nditenderei kuti ndisimudze Chief Justice wenyika ino mavona allow me to call upon the Chief Justice of the Republic of Zimbabwe, who led a procession of supreme and constitutional judges of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and judges of the High Court, magistrates of our country, to take his seat before I invite the President. Tava kutambira Chief Justice wedu Valuk Malava. Zimbo yavo kana vagara ndozokumbira mtungamiri wenyika kuti vachienda vanogara vakatarisana na Chief Justice kuti vagoita ceremony yatauya pano. Your Excellency, please allow me to call on you The President is walking towards the Chief Justice to take his position, and the Chief Justice is waiting for him. Your Excellencies, I now call upon the Chief Justice of the Republic of Zimbabwe to administer the oath of office to the newly elected President-elect. Chief Justice, sir.
Whereas the election of a president was held within the period set out in Section 158 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, as read with Section 38 of the Electoral Act. And whereas Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa was declared to be the duly elected President of the Republic of Zimbabwe by the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission in terms of Section 110 of the Electoral Act. And whereas a petition was lodged with the Constitutional Court challenging the validity of the election of the President in terms of subsection 1 of Section 93 of the Constitution. And whereas, following the determination of the petition by the Constitutional Court, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa has been declared the winner in terms of subsection 4A of Section 93 of the Constitution. And whereas, in terms of Section 94, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, a person elected as president assumes office when he or she takes before the Chief Justice the oath of president in the form set out in the third schedule. Now, therefore, I, Luke Malava, Chief Justice of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do hereby call upon you, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, to take the oath of president.
I, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, swear that as President of Zimbabwe, I will be faithful to Zimbabwe and will obey, uphold, and defend the Constitution and all other laws of Zimbabwe, and that I will promote whatever will advance and oppose whatever may harm Zimbabwe, that I will protect and promote the rights of the people of Zimbabwe, that I will discharge my duties with all my strength to the best of my knowledge and ability, and true to the dictates of my conscience, and that I will devote myself to the well-being of Zimbabwe and its people. So help me God.
Nguva yasvika yokuti president makavatarisa vachiisa signature yavo yamajaira. Maivona, Your Excellencies, this is the famous signature of our president. President vava kushongedzwa neshongedzo inoita kuti vatonge vana masimba enyu evanhu veZimbabwe. Zviri kugadzigwa.
Handizivi kune zviri kuda kuitika uku. Kune zviri kuitika uku parade. Havangambonyarari kuchana.
Oh. Okay. Chimbonyararai. Mauto ava kuita basa rawo. Nyararai. Tererai zvinoitwa namauto. Zvishongodzo zvokutonga. He's been adorned with the instruments of power. Pamsoroi chimboteererai zviri kuuya. Chiuronai mauto achibuya kumkuru wenyika. Let's now wait for the commander of defense forces and service chiefs coming to pay compliments to the commander-in-chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, now fully elected and fully given an oath of office, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Mauto enyu ava kuzokorokotedza komanda wavo, commander-in-chief vakatungamigwa na General Valerius Vanda, Chief of Defense Forces, nama-service chiefs avo anosanganisa voku Army, voku Air Force, voku Prison, novoku ZTN.
Your Excellency.
Yes.
I, General Philip Valerius Banda,
Tererai.
Commander of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and on behalf of officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, I do hereby solemnly and sincerely swear, affirm, and declare our true loyalty to you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and that we will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Zimbabwe and to the laws of Zimbabwe.
CVDF
So
is giving
help
his
me
pledge. Tererai. Okay. Vava kutevera kana CDF vapedza kuita pledge yavo kuchatevera Commissioner General we Zimbabwe Republic Police. After the CDF, the Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Republic Police will follow and give his pledge. Iko zvino kwava kuuya Commissioner General Matanga veZimbabwe Republic Police. Chiteererai vachiita mhiko yavo. The Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Republic Police is now taking his pledge of allegiance. We are waiting for the pledge of the Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Republic Police, Comrade Matanga. Please, let's listen so that he can be heard. I thank you. Tinotenda kuti muchanyarara vamatanga mkuru wa maporisa vachita pledge yavo ye-allegiance. Tinotenda.
Your Excellency, I, Tandabantu Godwin Matanga, Commissioner General of Police, on behalf of all the officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Police Service, do hereby solemnly and sincerely swear, affirm, and declare our true loyalty to you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and that we will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Zimbabwe and to the laws of Zimbabwe. So help me God.
Vamatanga vava kusaina zvavapleja. President vozoita signature yavo yamunozivisisa. Chirambai makatarisa makanyarara. Yatanga. Iye zvino kwava kutevera Commissioner General of Prisons and Correctional Services, Major General Retired Zimondi, ndiwo mkuru vemajere omunyika kuti vabate mbavha vachita pledge of allegiance. Titerere.
Your Excellency, I, Paradise Willing Zimondi, Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Prisons and the Correctional Service, on behalf of all officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, do hereby solemnly and sincerely swear, affirm and declare our true loyalty to you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and that we will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Zimbabwe and to the laws of Zimbabwe. So help me God.
Major General Zimondi vava kusaina pamberi pa President the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of Defense Forces. President vedu vozopendera sokuziva kwamava kuita. The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, newly sworn in, is now resuming his seat, and we will have a music interlude so that the following will take place.
Yes. Yes, we may take our seats for now. Thank you very much. Tinotenda Murambwi. Tinotenda Shumba. Vari muninga dzesvika vari panhongonya dzeguruguru vazvinzwa. Vari chirorodziva vanzwa vavete vakamuka. Vari mabweyadziva kunjelele vazviwavo. Tinotenda Murambwi. Sitingamafishane ke sibone inkokheli zebutho zifunga ukusebenza ndawonye lo mongameli uComrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Laba bagoqela okhokhela ibutho okhokhela ke amapolisa lo Commissioner General of Prisons and Correctional Services. Okwakhathesi sizakuzwa umculo. Can we have Kutonga Kwaro from the PA system across, just to visit again the spirit that we are in right now? Can we have that song, the song of the moment, the song of the moment, the song of the man of the moment?
Ndakuchinja mutemo salura yodura tanzika yongoma nyangwe ukuzama undura ndakuchinja mutemo salura yodura tanzika yongoma nyangwe ukuzama undura oh hey mambo rasika kutonga kwaro ngoma paindorira ngoma yamakashaira rinofatsa nendera ngambara makashaira kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro aiwa hongore herendende wasikana hongore herendende mushadura aiwa hongore herendende wasikana aiwa hongore herendende mushadura ayere vakaranga moshkora musura Kwanzika kumaria rinotonga musha Siso karosika panzi rinosiya tinda Kangoma kepeduka eka nofaya katimba Kanyanya kukuri vaunowira mukumba Jerusalema kutamba kwa zumba Erasika kutonga kwaro Ngoma painorira Ngoma yamakashaira Rinofasa nenderira Kambara makashaira Kutonga kwaro Kutonga kwaro Kutonga kwaro Kutonga kwaro Kutonga kwaro Kutonga kwaro Aiwa hongore herendende wasikana Hongore herendende mushadura Aiwa hongore sakundizona ndakavahorora ikundizona ndakavahorora erasvika kutonga kwaro ngoma painurira ngoma yamakachaira rinofasa ndindirira gamba ramakachaira kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro aiwa ongore herendende asikanda aiwa ongore herendende mushadura aiwa ongore herendende asikanda aiwa ongore herendende mushadura aiwa ongore herendende varumewe aiwa ongore herendende mushadura
ngatichimisai todzokera patatiri. Idife, tipewa idife. I think we deserve a big pump because we are ahead of schedule of the program of the day. So as a result, we are then having to get entertained to consolidate our happiness. So idife. Yes, fair. Can we have idife from across so that our delegates continue to be entertained? Stella umkulu oti idife.
Mama musinguri hati wilo idife wanangu idife wanangu idife mazinda idife gorerino idife gorerino simuka hose vanochemera buliriro kora musheni pereti dzose Zimbabwe yakareka natifare idife mazinda idife marume idife majinda idife simuka simuzashawina chokolo chifare mamuri nyika ifambe migoti ifure Zimbabwe inake idife majinda idife ona marume zifimba zanu ngatifambe itife varume itife ngatifambe itife patina itife korerino itife famba 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 yewe chofa 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 ya oi oi ende amamboga yo gayo suka na teze kwa sumbe ona mazimai adalizira itife varume ona mayuti adalizira itife zvataka ona vemachechi vaona chanu ati itife ativa mabhizimusi vadanidzira itife gore rino tife varume itife mayuti itife menisliki itife
Yes, let's have a band on the stage. Sulumani Chimbetu, please move over to the stage. Are you ready for Sulu? Sulumani Chimbetu, please. Can we have some more dendera? In the meanwhile, let's have some audio. Do you have any? Let's have audio from the PA system. Kutonga Kwaro again.
ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura zanziga yongoma nyangwe huku dzamaundura ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura zanziga yongoma nyangwe huku dzamaundura erasvika kutonga kwaro ngoma painonira ngoma yamakachaira rinofadza nendera gamba ramakachaira kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro aiwa hongore herendende wasikana hongore herendende muchadura aiwa hongore herendende wasikana aiwa hongore herendende muchadura ayere vakaranga motyora musura kwanzvika kumari arinotonga musha ziso karosika panze rinosiya ratinda kangoma kekweduka yekanobva yakatimba kanyanya kukoriwa unowira mugomba jerusarema kutamba kwazumba erasvika kutonga kwaro ngoma painonira ngoma yamakachaira rinofadza nendera gamba ramakachaira kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro kutonga kwaro aiwa hongore herendende wasikana.
Ready for Zulu? All right, Zulu, let's have you on the mic so that you take us to the next schedule according to our program of the day. Are you ready, Zulu?
Yes.
Yeah. So what?
Yes.
Yes, take us through that section where we have to entertain and be entertained. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ngiri busy kutsvaga mari wewe sona sona
Muru, 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 muru. Come on, Zulu.
Thank you so much. One way for Africa. One way for Africa to be the conqueror. One way from Cairo to baby warrior. One way, Africa unity is the way. Africa unity, oh Nigeria. One way for Africa. One way. One way. Unity, Arabe, Tanzania. One way for Africa. One way. One way for Africa to be the conqueror. One way. One way.
Mururu, mururu. Mururu, mururu, mururu. Ya Sulu chiti pakama ka fupi fupi takwenda towards the national anthem. Ridza part 2 yekambo ekako kaorda kuridza. 2 minutes part 2 yekambo kako ka pika speed pa. Thank you, Sulu.
Sulumani Chimbetu, bend. Pari zvino tose tichakumbira kuti tisimuke tichigadzirira fly past tonyarara mauto edu anzwe maorders. We request that we all rise as we wait for the fly past. His Excellency the President is now taken to the podium. Reported to the Commander-in-Chief the state of the parade, and he has invited him to come and inspect the parade. We now witness the inspection of the parade by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Journalists, please dress to the right and left. Madam Commander has been granted permission for the parade to march past in slow and quick time.
Chinyararai muterere zvavakutevera. Your Excellencies, it is my singular honor to call upon the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa Mamoyo, to come and congratulate the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Mururu nomuridzo mai veZimbabwe vachifamba vachienda kunokorokotedza President veZimbabwe. Handisazivi kuti vachazokuti ndichakorokotedza murume here, but vari kukorokotedza President weZimbabwe. Tinotenda hausi muchato kukorokotedza kugadzwa kwaPresident weZimbabwe. Tinotenda.
Tinotenda siyabonga umama osechayele ihlombe umongameli omkakhe njalo ubaba uMnangagwa. Tingachigara hedu pasi, we can take our seats. Singahlala phansi. Our PA system, can we have a bit of some music from the PA system? The main PA system, can we have some music while we are waiting for the next stage of our program?
Aninga kanganwe Marisha munonditira Mazua ose Mari munondigonera
We take a short break as we await the President's speech. Stay with us. President is ready to deliver his speech. Here it is.
Heads of state and former heads of state here present. At this juncture, may I read to you the letter I have received from our former president. His Excellency, Comrade Idi Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Your Excellency, thank you for your invitation to me and my wife to attend the inauguration ceremony. My wife is not well in Singapore, and also I'm not well, so I'm sending my daughter and her husband to represent us. Hearty congratulations, Ara ZIMBABWE. The Chief Justice, Honorable Luke Malava, the President of the Senate, Amai Edna Madzongwe, Speaker of the National Assembly, Advocate Jacob Mdenda, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Judges of the Constitutional Court, Supreme and High Courts, the Attorney General, Members of Parliament, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. V. Ungwe, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. M. James Svanda, Service Chiefs, members of Diplomatic Corps, representatives of war veterans, ex-detainees, restrictees, and all collaborators, representatives of political parties, members of the media. My apologies, I jumped one line. I must recognize, most importantly, my deputies, the Honorable Retired General Chiwenga and Madam Chiwenga, the Honorable Retired Colonel Mohadi and Madam Mohadi. My apologies for jumping your line. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, may I also acknowledge the presence of my presidential candidates in the recent past presidential election who are with us here. I have seen the president of the MDCT, Honorable Cooper, I recognize you, and the same to other leaders of political parties who may be here, whom I may not have seen. Again, I recognize you. It is with a deep sense of gratitude and humility that I stand here today to address you, fellow Zimbabweans, upon my inauguration as President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, having been mandated to form the next government following the outcome of the just ended national plebiscite. We gather here yet again, as we did last year, with many similar guests. This, however, is a different Zimbabwe, the dawn of the Second Republic of our Zimbabwe. Following my commitment to open up the democratic space, the period since that special day, 24th November 2017, has indeed been momentous. In just 9 months, we have birthed a new Zimbabwe and have forged a different path for our nation, a path full of freedoms, democracy, transparency, love and harmony, a path of dialogue and debate, a path of unity, peace and development. Distinguished guests, comrades and friends, we held the much anticipated 2018 harmonized general elections in accordance with our laws and guided and informed by the SADC principles and guidelines governing elections, as well as the AU Declaration on Principles Governing Democratic Elections in Africa. These were elections in which all parties were free to campaign in all areas of our country, elections in which competing ideas were discussed and debated freely and openly. I took it upon myself to preach the message of peace, non-violence, harmony, love, and unity before, during, and after elections. On 30th July 2018, we were out in our millions to define our destiny and shape our future, calmly and peacefully. With the eyes of the world upon us and in the full glare of a broad spectrum of international observers and global media, we all freely exercised our democratic right to elect leaders of our choice, and indeed, this we did. I wish to thank you, my fellow Zimbabweans, for having heeded to my call for peace and for contributing towards the peaceful environment we are still enjoying this day. You demonstrated that Zimbabweans are, by nature, a peace-loving people, and that our democracy has indeed come of age. I further commend you all for the warm hospitality you extended to our visitors and observers during this electoral period. The isolated and unfortunate incident of violence that reared its ugly head on 1st August 2018 was regrettable and most unacceptable. Such conduct should be alien and vile to our nature, culture, and traditions as the Zimbabwean people. To put closure and finality to the matter, I will soon be announcing members of the Commission of Inquiry into the said violence, who will, upon completion, publish their findings. Once again, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to the families who lost their beloved ones. Comrades, following the announcement of the harmonized general election results by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, I'm deeply humbled and honored by my election to the office of President of our beloved country, Zimbabwe, and the exceptional mandate conferred on my partisan PF, which garnered more than 2/3 majority in the National Assembly. The court application by the MDC Alliance challenging the outcome of the presidential election culminated in the judgment of the Constitutional Court handed down on Friday, 24th August 2018. The Constitutional Court upheld the will of the people as expressed on 30th July 2018. My government is unwavering in its commitment to constitutionalism, entrenching the rule of law, the principle of separation of powers, and the independence of the judiciary. Distinguished guests, comrades, and friends, the successful realization of our shared vision 2030 will require the disciplined implementation of radical economic reforms targeted at attracting and facilitating foreign and domestic investments in line with our reality that Zimbabwe is open for business. Through the engagement and re-engagement policy, we are opening a new chapter in our relations with the world, underpinned by mutual respect, shared principles of common values. We look forward to playing a positive and constructive role as a free, democratic, transparent, and responsible member of the family of nations. Internally, we will speed up the efforts to improve the ease and the cost of doing business and economic competitiveness. Measures will be put in place to promote domestic savings in support of the national development agenda. Furthermore, necessary steps will be taken to create fiscal space through rationalization and cost-cutting measures. Measures will be taken to correct the physical imbalances that threaten to undermine the viability of the financial sector as reflected through the spiraling cash shortages and the distortions plaguing the foreign currency exchange market. Now that elections are behind us, we must now focus on addressing the economic challenges facing our country. To realize our vision and industrialization and modernization agenda, we will foster policies that attract both domestic and global capital. We will soon be reviewing the bilateral investment protection and promotion agreements to promote and encourage investments from across the world. Efforts will also be taken to expedite and bring to finality the resolution of the country's external debt areas under the Lima Plan. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for us all to unite as a nation and grow our economy. Let us courageously and diligently embark on a shared journey towards the realization of our national vision to transform Zimbabwe into a middle-income economy with increased investment, decent jobs, broad-based empowerment, free from poverty and corruption by 2030. My government will, in the next 5 years, accelerate industrialization, modernization, and mechanization, with greater emphasis on market-driven policies. Furthermore, comprehensive strategies will be put in place to stimulate the value chains across our industries and commerce. Building on the achievements in agriculture, mining, manufacturing, infrastructure, and tourism, as a result of the deliberate policies we made in the last 9 months, my government will consolidate the growth of our economy. We will modernize major roads, airports, railways, and border posts. Through modern infrastructure, we will connect Zimbabweans to each other, to the region, and to the world. My government will facilitate a more coherent SME framework to strengthen production links across business and industry. Efforts will therefore be put in place to improve economic efficiencies through the use of appropriate technologies and innovations. There is need for the modernization and revamping of our social services sector to improve the efficiency and quality of service delivery. My government will move speedily to refurbish and construct health, education, water, sanitation infrastructure in our country. This is a promise we will deliver. In a bid to kickstart the industrialization process, we have set up incubation hubs, encourage innovation to ensure that our education sector speaks to the present and the future socio-economic, technological, and scientific needs of our country. As per our promise, my administration will continue to prioritize the advancement and empowerment of women, youth, and the disabled in every sphere of our economy. We will make firm and deliberate efforts to strengthen their capacity to participate in the economy and in governance. In all these initiatives, the creation of jobs, and more jobs will be at the core of our policies. Ladies and gentlemen, the vision of a new and a prosperous Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe we want, is a shared one and transcends political party lines. As your president, I pledge to act fairly and impartially, without fear or favor, as a president of all Zimbabweans. As I have always said, I am your listening president, a servant leader. In this vein, those who will occupy public office at any level under my administration will be required to exercise servant leadership in the execution of their duties. They must be humble and responsive in their interactions and dealings with the citizenry. Equally, the bureaucracy in the Second Republic must be development-oriented, responsive to the people's needs, as well as exhibit high principles of professional ethics and integrity. My administration will therefore expect public sector officials to deliver quality and timely services to the people, as well as facilitate business, trade, and investment. Bureaucratic bottlenecks, unnecessary delays, lethargic and corrupt activities will not be tolerated. We must as a society, encourage and inculcate the culture of hard, honest work. The prosecution of perpetrators of corruption will be carried out with zero tolerance. In the Second Republic, no person or entity will be allowed to steal, loot, or pocket that which belongs to the people of Zimbabwe. No one is above the law. This is a new Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe we all want. Distinguished guests, as per our pledge during the campaign trail, my government will be implementing the constitutional provisions with regards to the devolution of government powers and responsibilities. Provinces will now be expected to plan and grow their provincial economies. Economic development at every level is the ultimate goal for us all. I therefore challenge local authorities in the Second Republic to be the engines of local economic development and growth. My government will not stand by and watch people suffer due to dereliction of duty, corruption, or incompetence within our local authorities. My dear friends, Zimbabweans, it will not be easy, but as the Holy Bible teaches us, and I quote, "For you have need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what was promised," end of quote. We have indeed endured, we have toiled, and now, as we walk in unity, the path that lies ahead, we will reap a better and a more prosperous future for our people. As I have repeatedly said in the past months, real change does not happen overnight. However, inspired by our national anthem, we must work together. Nothing is beyond our reach. With love and unity, we will reach the promised land. We will build the Zimbabwe we all want, brick upon brick, stone upon stone, and we build our Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Zimbabweans, allow me once again to thank you for the confidence you have shown in me. I'm emboldened and inspired by your collective hopes, your dreams and desires, and the trust reposed in me. I will work tirelessly as a servant leader to improve the quality of life for all of us. To all my colleagues and other political parties who contested in the just-ended harmonized elections, especially those represented in Parliament, I exhort us to commit ourselves collectively to develop our motherland. We are all Zimbabweans. What unites us is greater than what could ever divide us. Let me assure you that tomorrow is brighter than yesterday. Let us look forward to a journey ahead, a journey we will walk together as one people, a united people, a journey of development, a journey of progress, a journey of prosperity in our new Zimbabwe. Together, let us explore new frontiers in every facet and sphere of our economy and society. Let us endeavor to climb new heights. Let us arise and shine, for indeed our light has surely come. Blessed be the land of Zimbabwe. Blessed be the people of Zimbabwe. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Mururundo muridzo tichitenda president address yavo. We thank the president Kululeshin for his address. We now invite the president to be led by the chief of protocol.
Permission has been granted for the parade to march past and off.
Name.
We see there the Guard of Honor marching past and off the grounds. This is the presidential inauguration coverage right here on ZTN. I am Oscar Mataruka. Now, we've just heard the president's speech and key highlights from his speech where he has given a message quite consistent with what he has been saying since he came into office in November 2017 and throughout his election campaign. He interestingly started by recognizing leaders of opposition political parties, and in particular Thokozani Kupe of the MDCT, and he calling for peace and unity and partnership from the various heads of political parties in the nation. He also expressed commitment to fostering democratic unity and democratic freedom, peace and development as the nation moves forward. A key statement from him was that he condemned the violence of the 1st of August 2018, post-election violence, which led to deaths of 7 people. He expressed his condolences to the families of those deceased and expressed that he will be launching a commission of inquiry into the violent acts. Now, the president also reiterated that he is pursuing radical reforms towards attracting investment and international re-engagement with the global family of nations, and intends to immediately address economic challenges on the home front, such as cash shortages and a diminished productive capacity in industry. Now, in his emphasis to his commitment to bilateral protection, he did mention that it is key in his plans that the international community of investors find it easy and friendly to work and invest in Zimbabwe. He expressed also commitment to accelerating industrialization, mechanization and modernization, and particularly singled out the development of roads, airports and border posts. This emphasizing and illustrating his commitment to improving trade between Zimbabwe and other nations. He also seeks to stimulate value chain development in mining, agriculture, tourism and manufacturing, and as these are key economic drivers. Now, another important aim that he expressed was the improvement of administrative and economic efficiencies via technology, mentioning there that some government processes have bureaucratic bottlenecks and are slow. And he says he will be dealing and getting rid of inefficiencies within government and making sure that there are no unnecessarily slow processes in government. And this is part of the commitment to and the drive towards improving the ease of doing business in the nation. Now, the president also promised to deliver clean water, health, electricity and jobs. And these are issues that have been plaguing Zimbabwe over the past decade or so. And in particular, jobs for young people. Zimbabwe has 75% of Zimbabwe is under 35, and the youth and youth unemployment are a big issue in the nation, and a big opportunity as well for development going forward. Now, he says that he has established, and government has established, innovation hubs to drive youth-led growth in the economy, and will establish also policies promoting youth and women's participation throughout the economy and also in positions of leadership. Now, the president went on to remind the nation that he is a listening president and a servant leader, calling for all who are in his government likewise to be responsive to the public's needs and to be driven by passion to serve the people. Now, as he moves forward, he stated that this is a new Zimbabwe and his government will implement the devolution of governmental powers, and local authorities will be given jurisdiction over their own economies, and that local authorities will also be growth engines for the economy, where provincial governments will grow their own economies. Now, finally, he called for peace among political parties nationwide, and invited political parties to come aboard as partners of national development, and particularly those who are represented in Parliament. Now, we spoke briefly with the President of Rwanda and the AU Chairman, Paul Kagame.
The elections went well, largely free and fair. These are reports we got from the AU monitoring AU observers, election observers, and well, the rest really was done by the Zimbabweans themselves, and things as we saw were largely peaceful until at some point when there was contestation, but that is normal. Then after that, we followed a judicial process to sort out matters, which is again the right way. And we are happy that Zimbabwe is really turning the corner. And for us, we are here to celebrate with you, but also join with you. I know for the harder task ahead of rebuilding your great nation.
Following the
Also caught up with South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was very upbeat about Zimbabwe's prospects going forward.
Largely free and fair. These are reports we got from the AU monitoring AU observers, election observers, and well, the rest really was done by the Zimbabweans themselves, and things as we saw were largely peaceful until at some point when there was contestation, but that is normal. Then after that, we followed a judicial process to sort out matters, which is again the right way. And we are happy that Zimbabwe is really turning the corner. And for us, we are here to celebrate with you, but also join with you. I know for the harder task ahead of rebuilding your great nation.
Following the very successful elections that were held, as South Africa, we are very pleased to have been invited to participate in the inauguration. And South Africa stands behind Zimbabwe. We will continue to support Zimbabwe in all efforts, economic growth and social cohesion. So that we are going to do, and we've called on all political parties to find a way of working together, and those who were not successful to accept the outcome of the elections, so that Zimbabwe can move on. The people of Zimbabwe want their democracy to be a democracy that functions, so Zimbabwe must move on. We are behind them.
That was President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. We now cross back over to the National Sports Stadium, where Vice President Chiwenga is giving his address.
President, Prosecutor General, Attorney General, judges of the High Court, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, allow me to extend my sincere congratulations to you and your family on your election and subsequent inauguration as the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Your Excellency, your electoral victory is testimony of the confidence that the people of Zimbabwe reposed in your astute leadership and unparalleled vision in the development of the country. I am confident that you will discharge your duty as demonstrated during the past 7 months and take this great nation to greater heights. Recently, the Constitutional Court vindicated your victory in its judgment following a challenge in the court. We are happy that the rule of law took its course and all Zimbabweans should now focus on the developmental issues. Suffice to highlight that your engagement, re-engagement, trust, coupled with the Zimbabwe is open for business mantra, have created tremendous investment opportunities for the country. Your Vision 2030 for achieving a middle-income economy embodies the hallmark of your visionary and inspirational leadership. Your Excellency, we congratulate you for your advocacy in taking the country forward into the community of nations and improving the livelihood of every Zimbabwean. We are confident that through your humility and focused leadership, Zimbabwe will be a great nation again. On behalf of my family, my wife, and on behalf of my brother, Vice President Mohadi, we say congratulations, Makorokoto Amshope. Now, with your permission, Your Excellency, I now deliver the vote of thanks. Today is a historic and momentous day for our nation as we celebrate the inauguration of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Allow me to express our profound gratitude on your inauguration. The occasion was a culmination of a credible, peaceful, free, and fair harmonized election held on 3rd July 2018. Your Excellency, you succeeded ahead of 22 other aspirants to get into the esteemed office. Your victory shows the amount of confidence and trust that the people of Zimbabwe have in your astute and visionary leadership. In your maiden inauguration speech 7 months ago, you spelled out that you would hit the ground running
in the discharge of your duty. Indeed, that has been physically evident through your engagement, re-engagement initiatives, and the Zimbabwe is open for business policy trusts. The aforementioned has witnessed the improvement of the country's relations with the rest of the international community. Your Excellency, the fresh mandate has been bestowed upon you by the Almighty God, and the people of Zimbabwe have affirmed principally by the SADC and the AU, as well as other progressive countries and organizations. We are proud the peaceful environment that continues to prevail in Zimbabwe, albeit that unfortunate post-election incident of violence that witnessed in Harare, resulting in the loss of lives, which we regret. Your Excellency, such acts were perpetrated by malcontents who abused the freedoms of expression, assembly, and association, which you continue to guarantee the people of Zimbabwe. Your Excellency, your call for love, unity, peace, and stability ensures that the people of Zimbabwe focus on improving their livelihoods and national developmental issues. We are confident that you will guide the country with the support of cooperating partners the world over and call for the unconditional removal of all forms of sanctions which have remained the Achilles heel in Zimbabwe's efforts to access lines of credit, the balance of payment support, as well as investments. We want to assure you, Chikara, Shumba Murambwi Nyamziwa, Nyaningwe Nema Mudzungairi, Weshambo Chena, Vanokanga Nyama Mumukanwa, that the people of Zimbabwe will continue to give you full support in your quest to transform the economy and make the country, our country Zimbabwe, great again. For instance, the launch of the Zimbabwe Women's Microfinance Bank and the Youth Empower Bank demonstrated your altruism and trust towards addressing gender imbalances and unemployment. Say, my remarks would not be complete without extending my sincere gratitude and utmost appreciation to all the heads and former heads of state and government, as well as other dignitaries here present, and of course, the people of Zimbabwe who have made this day a success. At this juncture, Your Excellency, allow me to also thank the ruling party, ZANU-PF, as well and well-wishers for working tirelessly hard during the protracted campaign period leading to your and the Revolutionary Party, ZANU-PF, resounding victory. Let me, in a very special way, acknowledge and thank most profoundly this one woman who makes sure you wake up a bright day, thus enabling you to serve the people of Zimbabwe. Vama Moyo Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa. Through her charity organization, the Angel of Hope, she has touched many lives countrywide. May the Almighty God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you, Tatenda Siabonga.
We have come to the end of the coverage, ZTN's coverage of the presidential inauguration ceremony. Now, stay with us as we will be covering the agricultural show, the Harare Agricultural Show this week. And we would like to thank you, all our viewers from all over the world, wherever you are around the globe, for choosing us and making ZTN your choice for local and global news. I am Oscar Mataruka. Goodbye.
I'm thinking of how the new administration or the administration that comes in after the election is going to represent the young people. Because there has, amongst ourselves when we talk, there's so much talk about how we feel that we've been deprived of certain things, and there's much difficulty to do certain things that shouldn't be that difficult. I remember having a conversation with some of my friends, and we were talking about how at our age, our parents had moved out, you know, they had property and things like that. And definitely on the global scale, the world is changing, and it's harder for the millennial to accomplish the things that were easily accomplished